Hi everyone, let's go into prosthodontics today. Today I am going to teach about complete denture in prosthodontics. Let's go into the chapter. First, actually what is meant by a complete denture? It is also referred as a full denture prosthesis. It is just a replacement of natural teeth in the arch and also their associated parts by artificial substitutes like acrylic or porcelain. The main definition of complete denture is dental prosthesis which replaces entire dentition and associated parts of maxilla and mandible. The complete denture is classified as two types, removable complete denture and fixed complete denture. Let's go into it. The functions of complete denture are three: aesthetics, mastication and phonetics. In aesthetics, we restore the lost facial contours and vertical dimension. And the second one is main mastication. For mastication, proper main balance occlusion is maintained to enhance the stability of the teeth. And the third one is phonetics, that is a speech. It is used in restoring the speech of patients like in old ages. Next we go into the components of complete denture. In components of complete denture, there is denture has three surfaces and four component parts. First go into the surface. Surface first one, impression surface, polish surface, occlusal surface, and the parts are denture base, flange, border, teeth. Let's go into the surface. This is the impression of surface. The associated with the tissue structure is the impression surface, and the second one is the polish surface, that is the middle part, and the third one is the occlusal surface with associated with other dentition, opposite dentition. First we go into the impression surface. It has its contour determined by the impression. It is also associated with impression surface. It is always will be contact with the tissue. The impression surface is the negative replica of tissue surface. Actually, the impression surface should be free of voids and nodules, so there will be no injury to soft tissues. Otherwise, there will be injury and any other complications will occur there. So, we should avoid. We should surface. See the surfaces should be free of voids and nodules. Next one, polish surface. That is the center part. Polish surface. It is also known as cameo surface. The definition will be the portion of surface of denture which extends in the occlusal direction from the denture border and includes the palatal surface usually polished and also includes buccal and lingual surface of the tooth. The polished surface will be always well polished. It includes lingual, buccal, labial flange and external palatal surface. Next, the third surface is occlusal surface. The portion of the surface of denture which contacts or nearby contacts to the opposite dentition. That is a maxillary tooth or mandibular teeth or attachment is the occlusal surface. It resembles a natural teeth and contains normal cusps and only helps in mastication process. Next we go into the parts of denture. These are the parts of denture. First one, denture base, this is one, and the denture flange is this one, and the third one is denture border, and the fourth one is denture teeth. Sorry. First one, denture base is this, and the second one is the denture flange, this one, and the third one is denture teeth, and the fourth one is denture border. First one, denture base. Actually, the definition of denture base is a part of denture which rests on oral mucosa and which the teeth are attached. They are of acrylic or metal based denture bases are available. It's mainly used in foundation of denture. It has a maximum influence on the health of the oral tissues because it is in direct contact with the tissue surface, so there will be a maximum influence. It is mainly responsible for retention and support. Let's go into the acrylic denture. Acrylic denture is easy to fabricate and economic. Most commonly, acrylic denture is used here. It is also supplied in powder and liquid forms. Rebasing or relining can be applied and also used in withstanding the occlusal force. Four points are there. The acrylic denture. Acrylic denture is used to fabricate and economic, and this is liquid. It is used in rebasing or relining and also used with occlusal force. Next, the metal denture. Its used fabrication is used in gold alloys, cobalt, chromium, nickel used for retention and stability. It is also used in improving the thermal conduction. It is easier to maintain but expensive. Then next second part is denture flange. It is actually defined as essential vertical extension from body of denture into one of the vestibules of oral cavity, and mainly in mandible it extends into the lingual surface of alveolingual sulcus. Two surfaces are involved, internal basal surface or external labial or lingual surface. The functions of denture flange are they used in providing peripheral seal and horizontal stability. First we go into the labial flange. There are three flanges: labial, buccal, lingual. First we go into the labial flange. Only a main important point of labial flange is V-shaped notch. We actually see a V-shaped notch. The frenum relief should be involved in these areas, and the portion of the flange which occupies the labial vestibule of the mouth is referred as labial flange. It also occupies the buccal surface. It only occupies the labial vestibule of the mouth. The second one is buccal flange. The portion of the flange which occupies the buccal surface and also used in transmitting the occlusal forces to the buccal shelf areas. The next one is lingual flange. It is a portion of mandibular denture which occupies the adjacent surface of tongue. Used in peripheral seal, and overextension of lingual flange leads to loss of retention. The third one is denture border. Actually, denture border is defined as a part of denture base at the junction of impression and polished surface. It is mainly responsible for peripheral seal. It should be actually devoid of sharp edges and nodules, so there will be avoidance of soft tissue injury. Extended borders of denture border will cause epulis fissuratum and also irritation of mouth, like swellings that will be happen if they extended borders or sharp edges and nodules. The next one is denture teeth. The most important part of the denture components are denture teeth. This is mainly used in functions of phonetics, mastication and speech. Aesthetics, mastication and phonetics. Denture teeth can be classified into two, acrylic or porcelain. The types may be vary because based on the material and based on morphology. First we go into the based on material. Based on material we see as acrylic, porcelain, IPN resin, gold occlusal, acrylic with amalgam stops. The next one is based on morphology. Based on morphology, anatomic, semi-anatomic, non-anatomic, crossbite, metal insert teeth. Let's go into one by one components of these here. First we go into the acrylic and porcelain teeth. Actually their comparison is given here. Let's see this. Actually properties are abrasion resistance, adjustability, bonding, staining, percolation, clicking sound, easy of fabrication, easy of rebasing, trauma to denture bearing area. First we go into the acrylic. Actually abrasion resistance will be low in acrylic and high in the porcelain. Adjustability, easy to adjust in acrylic teeth but difficult in porcelain teeth. Bonding will always be chemical in acrylic and mechanical in porcelain. Staining, easily stained in acrylic but doesn't stains in porcelain, that is because of metal. Percolation, absent if acrylic denture base is used but present when acrylic denture base is used in porcelain. Clicking sound will be absent in acrylic and porcelain and present in the porcelain teeth. Easier fabrication in acrylic will be easy but difficult in porcelain. Rebasing will difficult in acrylic but easy to remove in porcelain. Trauma will be less in acrylic but trauma will be more in porcelain for in the denture bearing area. These are the comparison between acrylic and porcelain teeth. Let's go into this next one of the parts of denture teeth, that is IPN. IPN is nothing but the interpenetrating polymer network resin teeth. Their advantages are same as of comparability between acrylic and porcelain teeth. IPN is highly cross-linked and also wears more wear resistance. Next one is gold occlusal. Gold occlusal is the best material to oppose natural teeth and also expensive, requires longer fabrication. Next one is acrylic resin with amalgam stops. In this acrylic resin we will do occlusal preparation in the teeth, and then amalgam will be condensed in the prepared teeth, and then adjustment will be done with articulators. These are the components of acrylic resin with amalgam stop. First occlusal preparation, then amalgam will be condensed and the adjustment will be done with articulator. They are very less expensive. Next, actually we have seen till now based on material. Next we go into the based on morphology. That's the anatomic teeth. The anatomic teeth which are prominent pointed or round cusp on the masticatory surface which occludes with the teeth of opposite denture or dentition. That is, teeth which are prominent pointed or round cusp on the masticatory surface which occludes in the opposite denture. The anatomic teeth will have 33-degree cusp angle, 33 degree. Most common one in the tooth surface and provides good aesthetics. Balance occlusion is preferred. Next one, semi-anatomic teeth. That is the angle between 0 and 30 degree. Also called as modified anatomic teeth. Channel teeth. In the semi-anatomic teeth, channel teeth is the first discovered one. In the channel teeth, what will occur is mesiodistal groove in the maxillary posterior and mesiodistal ridge in the mandibular posterior will occlude. They are designed only for unlimited protrusive, unlimited lateral movements. The next discovery is 1930. Avery Brothers is discovered modified tooth channel, that is called as scissor bite tooth. In this scissor bite tooth, protrusive movement is limited and the lateral movement is free. This one is the channel teeth first discovered and the second one is the scissor teeth. Next, the third teeth is based on the morphology, non-anatomic or cuspless teeth. First, anatomic 33-degree cusp angle, semi-anatomic, that is modified anatomic, 0 degree and 30 degree variations will occur. The third one is non-anatomic or cuspless teeth. It is defined as artificial teeth with occlusal surface which are not anatomically formed but designed to improve the masticatory function. No cusp angles will involve. Balance occlusion is obtained by balancing ramps and concentric curves. Here we going to see into Hall. Hall in 1929 designed first one, that is invert cusp tooth. In this invert cusp tooth, the layer will be flat with concentric conical depressions and sharp concentric ridge around central depression areas. The next discovery is Meyerson, that is in 1929. The tooth referred as Trucker's teeth. In these, they add a series of buccolingual ridge on the occlusal surface of maxillary and mandibular teeth. The ridge of opposing teeth are parallel always to each other. The next one is 1934, that is Nelson discovered chopping block teeth. In the chopping block teeth, maxilla has mesiodistal ridge, mandibular has buccolingual ridge. They are mainly used in involving the increasing the masticatory efficiency. Next one, 1939, Swenson discovered non-lock tooth, that is occlusal to the surface will be flat but buccal and lingual inclines will be slightly flat. Next one is crossbite teeth. Crossbite teeth is used in jaw discrepancy cases leading to posterior crossbite relationship. The final one, metal insert tooth. That is the first metal vitalium occlusal. In the metal insert tooth, fusion of 2 premolars and 1 molar will be involved. Not totally submerged into the teeth, but is lightly submerged. It also has a greater cutting efficiency. These are the metal insert tooth. Metal insert tooth was discovered by Hardy's vitalium occlusal. These are the schematic representation. This one is a cross sectional area of the 2 premolars and 1 molar area. Okay, thank you. I have just seen here the introduction of complete denture. Let's go one by one. Next chapter we will discuss about the steps in fabrication of complete denture and other chapters in the complete denture. Thank you for watching and keep supporting me. Thank you.